There is a very specific silence that settles in when you feel completely forgotten. It's a heavy, isolating quiet where it feels as though the universe, or God himself, has simply moved on without you. You look at a scenario in your life that is actively degrading. The circumstances are closing in, the options are shrinking, and you feel left to rot. Add to that the weight of external friction. There are specific obstacles stacked against you, and often there are people who seem invested in keeping you in a state of defeat. When you sit in that vacuum of abandonment long enough, your mind distorts the data. Permanent hopelessness starts to feel like the only logical conclusion you can reach. The crisis doesn't sit static, it compounds. Each day of zero progress makes the time frame of suffering feel infinite, grinding down your capacity to imagine a way out. This diagram illustrates the problem with our human perspective. When we collect data in a crisis, our field of vision is severely limited. We process these immediate descending markers, the daily decay, while we are entirely blind to the trajectory ahead of us. Dr. Tony Evans identifies this as a profound spiritual bottleneck. He understands the weight of this isolation, but he points out a flaw in how we measure our circumstances. Your current state is not the end of the narrative. It is a moment where you simply lack the long-term data regarding the overarching blueprint for your life. The feeling of absolute abandonment is an illusion. It is a smokescreen hiding an active, intentional plan engineered for your good, not for calamity. Accessing that plan requires yielding. Stop forcing the machinery yourself. Allow your will to click into place with a higher design. Practically, you transfer your focus. Take the energy spent fixating on the crisis and make connection to the divine your primary tashin. As Dr. Evans emphasizes, God is up to something spectacular. He has a precise goal for you, demanding trust in the unseen architect. Shifting your focus away from the immediate crisis hands the final decision-making power over to the one actually capable of building the solution. This reframes your current reality. Every difficulty you currently face serves a function within a systemic cleaning process. We label the loss of control as a disaster, but from a divine perspective, the removal of our own limited control is the beginning of preparation. The unseen machinery processes your present hardship. It takes the surface decay, fractures it, and uses that pressure to cultivate an incredibly strong foundation underneath. The outcome is certain because the entity making the final decision holds absolute authority over the timeline. The acute pain you feel right now is the friction of a grand, invisible architecture snapping securely into its final place. Aligning with this plan does not immediately dissolve the friction. You still have to handle your business, and the external circumstances may remain difficult for a season. However, knowing the final connection is secured provides a psychological anchor. When you stop bearing the weight of the final decision, the daily obstacles no longer have the power to define your emotional state. You begin to endure the cleaning process differently. You can walk through a deeply difficult scenario with a genuine, unexplainable smile because you know the architect is looking for you. An active reliance on that hidden design neutralizes the damage of the crisis, replacing fear with an ironclad resilience. Eventually, you will look backward at this entire timeline from a position of victory. From that vantage point, you will recognize exactly how grueling the wait was and how agonizing those initial days of perceived abandonment felt. But that memory will be followed by a profound admission. It was worth it. You would do it all over again to reach this result. Behind every brutal delay and every hopeless scenario, God is actively constructing something spectacular. Spiritual endurance is the act of looking through the present decay and finding the joy in the reward being built for you.